Did you know that the President of the United States is black? And I'm only telling you this so you meet your daily quota of hearing that the President is black for the 700th time today. A black man in a White House. Now that is truly astounding. Did you know that I'm a white man? Yes, my skin is white. And of course I'm a racist now because I said the word black on camera when I was referring to an individual. But you know, something's been kind of bothering me. Because the president isn't black. No, he's not. I mean, after all, because his skin color is so extremely important to everyone instead of his philosophies or his plans for our future, I figured that I would take this opportunity to show you something. It's a piece of paper. I know. But what color is this piece of paper? Exactly. What color is that? Oh, that's right, it's white. Okay? Is, this the same color to you? Oh yeah, and for me saying the word color while referring to skin, I can't say that because I'm a white boy. Because maybe possibly people that I am blood related to were once upon a time harshly racist, I am now condemned for life to never be able to say certain words. For instance, the N-word. Have you ever thought to look that up exactly? Do you have any comprehension of what that word specifically means? Or are you still hanging out in your safe bubble, your little bomb shelter of denial? Now I personally don't like the word just because it's a dumb word. I don't want to say it, and I don't want to hear it, and I don't give a crap about it. But the fact that I can't say that for the rest of my life without being physically harmed due to the fact that a bunch of racist people said it a long time ago, even though not once have I expressed racial discrimination or hatred towards a person of another race, even though I never owned slaves, even though my father never owned slaves, even my father's fathers never owned slaves, I'm still held to a certain obligation. Now, even though this is a racially accepting country and we're also colorblind, I can't refer to you as just a person. I have to be racially specific. I can't just call you an American or a guy or a human being. But before you suggest what I think you're gonna suggest, when was the last time you were in Africa? What if I told you that I was an African American? Are you thinking that there's no way that I could be an African American? Why can't I be an African American? I mean, when was the last time you took a look at the demographics of Africa? Seriously, when was the last time you even thought about that continent? Because the last time I took a look at it, it had a whole lot of tan people in it. They were born there, they were raised there, but they don't deserve to get called African American when they come over to this country. If you were born in the United States, you are an American. You are not a Japanese American. You are not a Chinese American. You are not a Canadian American. You are not a Mexican American. You are just an American. Those names are specifically reserved from people who are actually from outside the United States. Now I realize something, and I realize it very clearly. By me being a tan person and me talking about this racial issue the way I am, it makes me seem very racist. Those who have been aware of my existence for some time now, those who know me are very familiar with my issue on race. And my issue is that I don't really have one. Now, because every single time we white people are seen as even remotely racist, we have to justify exactly why it is we are not racist and give examples of such. I'm not gonna stand alone on the fact that I dated black girls in the past or that I have black friends right now, but more so I'm gonna tell you that I voted for Barack Obama. However, unlike you most likely, and millions of other Americans, I didn't vote for him because he's black. I voted for the man because out of the people that I felt could be elected, he had the best set of ideas. I voted for him because I think that he has a greater sense of the importance of the world rather than a greater sense of the importance of one country. There are so many people being murdered every single day because of moronic American politics. You have soldiers who are not operating on morals, but operating on a motto, better them than us. If you hang around a member of the American Armed Forces long enough, you will hear them also utter the phrase, "We're not paid to think." And if you had really any comprehension of exactly what we're doing over in other countries, if you would look past these commercials and rather see reality for what it is, if you could, at least for a moment, look through the eyes of a Middle Eastern child, an American soldier busting down your door, killing your grandpa who wasn't even armed, killing your mother who wasn't even armed, and then killing you who was not armed. And they're doing it off of screwed up intel because they don't know any better, because our leadership is horrible. And you know what they say? You know what they think when all this happens? Better them than us. Why does it have to be them, America? Why does it have to be them and not us? Why does it have to be anyone? You're really gonna change the world for the better by doing exactly what the people before us did? You, America. This is how we show we're better than everyone else, by killing them. We, the country that's so high and mighty, so accepting of so many different people, even though on the news you'll hear every other minute that our president is black. We, the Americans, who are so religiously accepting and understanding, even though God's on our currency. Even though before Americans are old enough to choose for themselves what religion they want to be, we force them to say one nation under God and that they pledge allegiance to it. Yes, black people of America. No, I'm sorry, African Americans who have never been to Africa, people of America. Yes, to all the immigrants and the racial minority of America. We are truly a superior and righteous nation. With the power of McDonald's, Microsoft, and Hollywood, we consume the world with our divine philosophy. In a better world, every other news channel wouldn't be talking about how black our president is. In a better country, we would not constantly promote and prostitute our religion out to those who do not choose the same path we do. In a better world, we wouldn't pay compliments to a person of a specific race when they accomplish something, but rather of our species. And in a better country, we would not claim to be colorblind while constantly reminding our people of our differences. In my world, your actions define who you are. In my world, I am not a white boy, I am a human being. In my world, racism lies hand in hand with ignorance. In my world, there is no prostitution of religion. In my world, there is no war which ends lives. In my world, there is no murder, rape, or molestation. In my world, the actions of a father does not define the following generations. In my world, there is no country or obligation to a political system. And in my world, instead of being what everyone else tells us to be, we are whatever we wish to be.